It's so easy to live up here in your head, thinking things through, replaying conversations, trying to solve tomorrow before it even arrives. Most women I work with are incredibly skilled at this, and it makes perfect sense. Well, hey there, I'm Tara Kinden, founder of Bioenergetic Somatics. My work lives at the intersection of cosmic rhythm, of nervous system science, and frequency. I love helping women understand what's happening around them, and more importantly, how to come back to their bodies when their minds won't stop running. So, in this series, we're not trying to fix anything. We're just becoming more curious about what it means to land in your body again. From a very young age, you were likely rewarded for your thinking, for being the smart one, the strong one, the mature one, the one who never made a scene, and the one who just handled it. Maybe you were praised for being so wise for your age. Or maybe you were that sibling who kept it all together for everyone else. Maybe you were that friend that everybody came to for advice. And maybe you were the one who could see both sides, who could calm the room and make sense of the chaos that was there. And that felt good. It felt empowering and stabilizing because when you could think clearly, you felt in control. And when you felt in control, that brought in a sense of safety. Thinking wasn't just intelligence, it became an identity. It became how you could navigate conflict, how you could avoid being considered too much, how you prevented yourself from being and feeling misunderstood, and even how you stayed lovable. And over time, something subtle begins to happen. Feeling becomes secondary, not because you didn't have feelings, but because feelings were unpredictable. Thinking became predictable. Thinking could win arguments, thinking could earn you approval, thinking could give you a sense of protection. And your mind grew strong, sharp, quick, capable, and your body quietly learned to wait its turn. Here's something really interesting about the time we find ourselves living in. We have access to endless perspectives. Something happens, and with minutes, you can unpack it in multiple ways. Journal it, text a friend, have a FaceTime call, research it, open ChatGPT, and unpack it so beautifully. And listen, I do this too. Modern tools are incredible. They help us to think clearly, they can help us organize what feels chaotic. But all of this is still happening up here in the mind. It is still just interpretation, still logical, still analysis. And your body was what felt the experience first before you had an opportunity to reframe it, before you even understood what was happening, before you turned it into a life lesson. There was potentially a tightening, a drop, a clench, an energetic surge. Technology doesn't have a body, you do. So the integration doesn't happen when you're just comprehending and understanding what happened. It happens when you take time to pause and ask, what did that feel like in my physical body? And what does my body feel hearing this advice? Does it soften? Does it tense? Does it feel relieved? Does it feel resisting? Insight is so powerful, but insight without sensation stays incomplete. A lot of women learn early on that feeling too much isn't welcome. Don't cry, don't be dramatic, don't be too sensitive, and certainly don't be too much. So when feeling felt unsafe, you adapted. You climbed up into the mind because the mind could stay composed. The mind could stay logical. The mind didn't ever risk embarrassment or rejection. Maybe there was a moment in your life where you felt overwhelmed, hurt, or misunderstood, and no one knew how to meet you there. So you met yourself the only way you knew how. You thought your way through it. You learned that the head equals safety, the body equals unpredictability. And nobody likes unpredictability. That strategy probably worked very well for a long time until now. Midlife changes that because eventually the body starts to knock louder. We get tighter shoulders, shallow breath, restlessness, feeling tired even if we're energetically wired. And that's not because something is wrong with us, it's just because something hasn't had a chance to fully move. That energy or charge hasn't found a way to discharge because it's still up here in a filing cabinet locked away. So let's make this real. You know, I like to land the plane. Let's say you are at a social event with your partner or a friend. They say something that stings. It lands right in your chest, right in your heart. You can't react in that moment because it's not the place. You can't unpack it. You are absolutely not in any kind of a space to process it. So, what do? You file it. You put it in that mental filing cabinet and you tell yourself, I'll deal with this later. And that is not wrong. Sometimes you genuinely can't unpack or process something that big in the moment. But here's what often happens is that the body never gets included when we return to that experience. We always revisit it intellectually. We replay it on that movie screen in our mind. We analyze our tone. We rehearse what we're going to say. But the body is still holding that original surge. So, in that moment, instead of forcing yourself to unpack everything, you can do something really small, something subtle, something grounded. You can gently just stand up and bounce on your heels for 10 seconds. You can take a deep breath and exhale through that mouth. you know, Press your feet into the floor, press your butt into a chair. You can discreetly shake your hands. You can go to the bathroom for 5 seconds. This is discharge. You're not trying to solve the argument or unpack the whole enchilada. You're just learning to let your nervous system release that first wave and then come back to it when you have the time. You're not just going to think about it, you're going to feel where it may live in your body. You might notice your chest or your belly or your jaw. You let the body finish what it started. And that's the difference. You will have a deeper understanding of a pattern when you experience things that trigger or upset you. It may go in a similar location. And once you discover where that location is for you, it's going to give you an opportunity to move the issues out of the tissues instead of just moving it from one filing cabinet to another in your mind. We're actually going to give it an opportunity to fully process and to release and pass through. All right, my friends. So, this is part of a series I created because I really feel like we need this in this moment. And the next episode is where we're going to talk about the emotions. Where do they go when we don't feel them? Because they don't just disappear, they wait and they linger and they show up in the most inopportune moments when we least expect them, when the issue isn't even that big, but we tend to pack it away and have these volcanic eruptions at different times. So, I want to give you some tools to help you better navigate those eruptive moments by unpacking them as they happen instead of waiting until they build up. And as we're signing off for today, if you know of a woman who could really benefit from this conversation, please like this video, share this video with her, comment below. Let me know what you're loving in this series, what you'd like to see more of, and how the tuning session felt in your body, not your mind.